Okay, I'm focusing up. I had an idea on my day break, so because when I clicked on this, it said a nama mom. I can't ever say this. I also really can't breathe today, so. Yeah, but the lawyer is a crook. I don't know who else we would add to this. I'm just gonna start going. We did read like something else about her too, I thought. There's the cat. Okay. I was gonna give you a cat stream, but because we were playing over here, and then she decided that she wanted to do nothing and walked away, so. Summary of the cover. Okay, but do we have like a name? The manager? Courtney May. Vouch is current as. Okay. Let's go see what we have here. Oh, we don't even have pictures? Guy Hudson, while she was working as his secretary. Hired at the same time. Okay. If you're underqualified, why did you apply? And then feel weird about being hired? Never worked at the same time. Okay, so we gotta go. Rare did not give me pictures. Files. So Corinne S was the friend. Problem is that I can't do this. They were hired at the same time. I wonder if it's in my in here. Ah, wait. Wait, but we know it's not Corinne. Already gone. So is it Beatrix Watts? I feel like we've looked her up though because I was suspicious about her this whole time. Courtney May? Watts. Okay. She is Joan. Okay. Willie Watts. Huh? Ruby Legal Group? I don't know what that is. This is the mom. Wait. No. Sorry. That's the mom. What did I decide her name was? Beatrice Watts? She was Courtney May Watts. I don't know his name. Newton. She's a nurse. What is his first name? Oh, so these are around all the people. So I have to figure out if they really are a root tree or not. Yeah, I thought they all were. I don't know. I have to do this for every single thing. I mean, she was being paid, right? I'm missing a clue. Good Newtoner. Oh my gosh, I really can't breathe today. Those were the hopes. Good Newtoner. Oh. That's Ryan and Cork. Winston, Ryan, and Gregory Cork. didn't we think that it was fake? Adrian Roland. Is that how it was spelled? Okay, let's just do the company, I guess. Okay, but it might be wrong if it's not the right DNA samples. Nothing? Okay. Oh, wait. Sorry. I did get names, right? Yeah. We had hope and promise. Who is she? She is retail, right? She works in a department store? Or is she a cashier? We're never gonna know. Okay. I don't know what his name is. This is saying that it's not, but like if they're tested on the wrong person. It's not impossible to prove if they just like... I don't know if any of these are like actually. I don't know. What do we think? Do I think these are possible root trees? I think these are. I believe that. I also believe. I don't have another picture of her. She's the one that was the blind. Wait. Right? So I believe that and that. Missing a clue. I don't know. What if I just say that they all are? Because these are just like possible infidelities, right? Maybe. I don't know. Those, I think, yes. I think she is, and we lied about it. Who is she again? I'm just gonna randomly guess because I don't actually know any of these. I'm gonna say that they're probably not. I would believe that you are. They probably all are, for being honest. You're probably even not. This is probably the lie. Because look at all these clues I don't have. I'm gonna say he's not. I'm gonna say it's all a lie. Him and Ruby are in on it or something. I don't know her name. And by that I mean his name. I don't know what the husband's name is. Do we care? How do I lock it? Oh. Wait, we don't know if they're root trees? They're root trees. Is there a possibility that they're not? Charlie, we're just guessing here. Okay, we're just gonna see what's right and what's wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong.
Beatrice and Courtney May. Clark, can you swing another test against Bonnie's DNA?
This time I'll be sure to have.
Using the family tree you filled out, as well as DNA tests, we were able to uncover the truth behind all the inconsistencies.
That's good, because I
Clark's
just
handling
guessed.
the business, but I've come to thank you and fill you in on everything we've learned. Buckle up, because it's been one heck of a week.
I think if they would have given me the opportunity to fill those in as I was going, it would have helped me more, because I also took a day break and I don't really remember everything that I read.
Actually, that's an understatement. It's not every week you discover your family company is being sabotaged by someone they trusted.
Our lawyer.
But that's the kind of time we've been having. Like I said, buckle up. Maybe grab some popcorn. We'll start with Guy Hudson. Guy had a frankly ridiculous number of potential children. What shocked me is how many graduated from potential to confirmed. We can even prove he was aware of them. The smoking gun was how he used company money to pay off a lot of women.
Yeah.
He hid it with a method inspired by his idol, Elias. 5-piece flavors. The flavors he was paying to research were a ruse.
Were those his children? Because then I definitely got that
He
wrong.
developed flavors based on the initials of the women he was paying, which was really stupid, considering one of their names started with X.
Yeah, I didn't put that together.
Let's start with Christine. Guy was paying her under the name Caviar, but there were some other clues. James was born 9 months after Zach's party. Christine was there with Guy, and when she got pregnant, she panicked. Steve stepped up. He even turned it into one of his recipe stories. Not all of Guy's affairs led to offspring. He may have slept with Robin Martin, but she didn't have children, so we'll never know. Also, not every child of Guy's affair partners were his. Robert Garland was born after his parents had already moved to Boston.
Which I think I said that these were not his, right? Oh, so one was his and one was not his. I said both, I think, were not his.
Skipping Beatrice for now. Up next is Lang Xin Yu. When Guy showed up in China, she was into America. And Americans. Dare I say redheads, even? When she got pregnant, her father paid key genes to fake IVF. They claimed her sister was unable to conceive, but her sister and Jerry had their own son, Mark. Sonia Alves was soon after. Nia was married at a very young age to a much older husband. She resented him. I don't blame her. They allegedly spent no time together in private. Guy was in Brazil during Christmas.
I should have just said that they were all his children.
Flavio was born 9 months later, and like the others, Guy started paying Sonia. Last was Susan Ford, hired to translate for Guy's overseas trips. It's easy to read into Guy's donation to her school, but there's no definitive proof there.
Oh.
She and Guy were witnessed together near the end of his life. Susan's husband was convinced he couldn't be the father of her daughters. Guy, though, paid double. The price of twins.
Oh, so they are his.
So, what about 5 peas? Felix Fellow's mother, Joanna, doesn't have a 5 pieces flavor. On top of that, his story doesn't really add up. His mother already left the company by the time Guy became president, and his lyrics indicate he was born sometime around 1975. Alone, that wouldn't necessarily prove it. But there are some suspicious connections between
This is where I
Felix
said
and the
he wasn't
company's
one.
They both grew up in Portland, in foster care, and according to the local paper, they definitely knew one another.
I missed all of that.
Ruby was the one who approached the Roottrees to begin with. It was all a setup. Ruby and Felix saw my book's challenge to the Clancet Trust as an opportunity. His mother really had worked for Roottree, and Ruby was a respected lawyer. She exploited my family's greed, worked her way into control of the trust, and ensured Felix got a piece. If you look at the 2 DNA tests that Ruby handled, they were both supposedly tested against Bonnie Hudson.
Oh, but they were
But the
different.
2 signatures that should both represent Bonnie don't match. After Clark and I confronted her, Ruby lawyered up. Ironic, I know. We suspect Ruby had Donatico test Felix against his own mother's DNA. He had a hairbrush of hers. They sent the female sample in remotely. On the second test, Bonnie's sample was tested locally, but Courtney May's was not. Ruby's been throwing away samples. We think she sent her own hair instead of Courtney May's, but it could have been anyone's. Ruby and Felix were in cahoots. As for why, they were both advocates of wealth redistribution. A noble effort. But once they controlled the family fortune, they became just as greedy as the worst members of my family. The money corrupted them. They were so eager to personally wield the wealth for their own cause that they sabotaged any other claims.
We got that right.
That finally brings us to Anonymom, aka Beatrice Watts. She even approached Ruby before 5Ps was on news time. Ruby used Beatrice's truths to make Felix's lies feel real, then ruined the DNA test so that Beatrice looked phony in the public court of opinion. I feel worst for her in all of this. While Ruby and Felix stole the show, there were some other potential new family members as well. Miracle Roottree was less of an open and shut case. That said, it's very likely he had a son with Mary Beth Clementine.
Is it just one?
Not Stewart. Mary Beth adopted him before she ever set foot in Butler County. That leaves Mark. The timeline fits. He showed up about 9 months after Mary Beth visited Miracle. And the basket baby story is a bit too convenient.
There's too many years in this that I just kept getting lost. So I definitely did not pay attention to years about when people were born versus when they would have interacted. It's too much.
If that's not enough on its own,
I was struggling enough.
he was also bailed out by the sister of Edith Roottree, Miracle Jr.'s wife, after she changed her name to win that silly contest. Our best guess is that Mark was told by his mother whose son he was, and used that fact to put some pressure on Miracle Jr. We have no real proof of that, but nothing else really makes sense for why they'd be connected in that way. Elias's affair was the most ambiguous. Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias to do things he wouldn't have otherwise done, like pressure to include me in the family. My son even mentioned them arguing about someone named Beth. Combined with Gwyneth's lisp, it's possible the name was actually Bess. Unfortunately, all we know about Bess Williams is that she wrote his book and died not long after, leaving her only son an orphan. The timeline fits with Wildcat, but there's no record if she had any other relationship. Honestly, I wouldn't say we had enough evidence either way.
I did say I didn't know
I
about
wouldn't
him.
be surprised if Elias cheated. Of course, I'm a bit biased. Regardless, we haven't gotten in touch with any of the Williams clan yet. That means we haven't been able to do a DNA test. As Clark mentioned, from here on out, all of our DNA tests will be in person for both parties.
Yeah, I don't know. I did say question mark on him.
Lastly, we have a bit of a curveball. Ron Roottree isn't related to us by blood. Gwyn was definitely pregnant, so it's likely Robbie is.
So the baby wasn't?
When Ron and Robbie went to visit their mother at the end of her life, something changed. Additionally, there have been a few rumors circling around Ron. RR Productions canceled the Guys Like Us remake due to the director's illness. At the same time, Ron's wife Penelope began doing benefits for Huntington's disease, stating that she had become familiar with it.
Yep, didn't look that up.
Huntington's is the same disease that Gwyn's former co-star Leslie Florence had. It's passed from parent to child. It can't skip a generation. Because Gwyn and Wild Bill didn't have Huntington's, and Ron seems to, it's impossible Gwyn was his mother. I recently confirmed all this with Ron.
So, Gwen?
At the end of her life, Gwyn told Ron the story. Leslie and Bill had an affair the same year Leslie learned she had Huntington's. Leslie got pregnant. Leslie wasn't likely to survive to see her child grow up. And even if she did, she didn't want to be a burden. She begged Gwyn and Wild Bill to adopt her child.
That's crazy.
Gwyn did. Mere weeks after she found out she was having her own son, she also took in Ron. Wild Bill was a problem. Unreliable and a serial adulterer. Gwyn divorced him and never saw him again. Gwyn had already told Starlet she was pregnant, so it never really made waves when people saw her with a child in Paris.
This is wild and never made waves with me at all either.
There was gossip during her divorce when she was discovered to be pregnant again. In actuality, it was the final months of her only pregnancy. To lay low, she stayed in Paris long enough that even her own family never had reason to question the timeline. It's one heck of a story, and frankly, nobody could be expected to piece the timeline together.
Yeah, not me.
Not with what few mentions of Gwyn's past have survived. But the Huntingtons itself? That's proof.
Okay.
Ron suing Robbie to remove him from the Clancet Trust was a huge moment in my story, and a major catalyst for this entire investigation.
Thought it was just being a dick.
Finding out that it's been pretty much backwards this whole time has been a bit surreal. So that's where we're at. Looking over the information you sent us was useful. Without your tree, I'm not sure we would have ever discovered Ruby. All this information, this entire story, it's a lot, in more ways than one. Some of it has the potential to destroy marriages and ruin relationships. We're handling it all very, very carefully, but we couldn't have gotten here without you. And with that, I guess our tale has finally, truly come to an end. What a strange one it was. No words can express how grateful I am to you for untangling this mess. Honestly, I've had enough of my family's eccentricities and scandals for one lifetime. I imagine you have as well.
It's a lot.
And if not, well, there's always Elias's and Gwyneth's brothers and sisters.
No. Okay, well, that was a fun game. I did like it. It broke my brain a lot. I also, at the end, was missing, what, like 15 pieces of information that I never gathered. Why are you scared, kitty? So, I missed a lot of information. Didn't catch on to a lot of things. I also made all siblings like guys' children, but I guess like one could be and one could not be, but okay, honestly. Hi Tippy. I was thinking about ending stream. I'm really tired. I'm really snotty. Oh, we, me and you, have to play that new game whenever it comes out. They had the demo, I guess, for like a weekend or something. I don't think the demo's available anymore, but we don't play demos. We do, but we will be playing it when it comes out. Oh, so tired. Thank you. I'm fat. Ate chocolate cake and breadsticks for dinner. I like Skinny Kim. We're gonna try to be less chunky Kim and more skinny Kim. The girl ghost from Faz, like the one that crawls on the ground and bends backwards. Yeah. Thank you. We're basically twins. I haven't played Faz in like years. Yeah, they're all of their maps were made with like Unreal Engine or whatever, so they're slowly like going through to like redo like all their maps. They changed Tanglewood. I haven't played it, but like that was my favorite map, so I'm gonna miss it. So I don't know if I really want to. Maybe.